everybody, how are you all doing today? Welcome back to Mama's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how I make my egusi soup. I have egusi soup in my collection, but this one is different because I'm going to make this with spinach. And this one has this, those cake. This egusi you fry and have cakes in it. It's really, really, really delicious. And you make it especially when you have visitors. They will love it. They will love it. So today I'm going to show you how I make this egusi. It's really simple. I use spinach, the African spinach, or the green as we call it back home. But if you cannot find green, you can use the American spinach or any spinach you can find in the store, either frozen or fresh. But if you can get the African spinach, you get the best taste. So if you're ready to learn how to do this today, let's get into this kitchen and let's make it happen. Come on guys, let's go. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you how I make this delicious meal. First of all, I'd like you to know that I always like to use beef to make the soup. It comes out really, really good. So I'm going to use some beef. I'm going to use some melon or egusi seeds. I'm going to use some palm oil. I'm going to be using some pepper. I love using a lot of habanero pepper. I will use few bell pepper. I'm going to use some onions. We're going to put some Knorr Cubes. We're also going to use the vegetable which makes the soup. This is the vegetable. This is green or African spinach as it's called here. So first of all, wash your vegetable before you shred it. Guys, when you do this, you preserve the nutrients. But when you wash after shredding, then you lose a lot of the nutrients in the water when you're washing it. So always wash first and then you shred it. So the next thing you do is to get your tomatoes, your pepper, your onions into a blender and put a little bit of water. Make sure you don't put too much water. And then you blend it to a very smooth paste. Guys, make sure you blend it very well. And then you blend your egusi. I always like to blend it dry, just like I'm doing here. Now the meat is already on the pot. It's the meat with onions and some pepper in it. And I always like to boil my meat very well. So make sure you boil your meat and boil it very well. So after some time, when the meat is ready, you put some oil in the pot. And as soon as the oil gets a little bit warm, don't let it get too, bleached. And then you put your onions. That's the first thing you do. You put your onions, and after 5 minutes, you start to put your blended pepper. Guys, I tell you that this soup is very unique. If you follow these steps, you're going to get it right. This is very delicious. When you make it like this, it's good, very good. So after a few minutes of frying the pepper and onions, it's time to add the egusi. Now, when you add this egusi, you're going to notice that it's going to be very, very thick. Do not worry about it. All you have to do is to mix it very well. Try as much as possible to mix it very well, and then make sure your heat is not too high. So turn the stove down a little bit and then mix your egusi. Make sure there are no lumps. If you notice that it's too thick, just put a little bit of water and don't just mix it too much. After the water, cover it and let it cook on its own. After that, I'm adding my crayfish here, and I'm going to add my Knorr Cubes. I am going to try to pat it. Don't mix it, just pat it, because you want the egusi to develop some cake. So just pat it a little bit with your spoon and let it continue to cook. Make sure your stove is down so it doesn't burn. After about 5 minutes, you check it again. Make sure it's not burning. See what I'm doing with the wooden spoon? I'm trying to make sure it's not burning. So you try to check the bottom, turn it very well. Make sure nothing is burning, because if it burns, then the taste of the egusi is gone. So make sure you are in the kitchen watching this. Don't leave it on the stove and do other things. Keep your eyes on this egusi, because this is where the work is. If you mess it up at this point, your egusi soup is messed up. So try to be close to it and watch it. Watch it, guys. And right after that, I am putting in my meat. So you gently place your meat inside the pot. When you're making this soup, guys, there's no need for you to rush. Just take your time. It's a type of soup that you have to really bring out time for. It's not something you do in a hurry and then rush out of the kitchen. You have to take time for the egusi to fry. You have to take time for it to get to this texture. You have to make sure that it's not burning, and then you put your meat gently. Don't mix it. Don't mix it. Because you want that cake in the egusi. You want, if I say cake, I know most of you understand what I mean. So you want it to be a little cakey. You don't want it to be too smooth. So don't mix it up a lot. Just mix it a little bit, and then you place your meat, just like as I'm doing in this video. There's no need to rush, and then you put your meat stock. And at this time, what I do is I try to make sure that the water is going to the bottom of the soup, the bottom of the pot, so that the pot will not burn, so that the soup will not lose its taste. So make sure you follow all these guides, and it will come out right. Your soup will come out delicious. You cover your pot and let it cook. You see, I'm turning the stove lower. You cover it for about 5-10 minutes, and your soup will be bubbly like this. And at this time, you start to put your vegetable. But make sure the pot is not burning. I checked it before I put this vegetable. Make sure you check and make sure it's not burning. Your stove should always be low. After frying your egusi dry, at that point, you bring your stove low. Bring the heat low. So you place your vegetable gently like this. You don't have to mix it down. Just place everything. Try to push it in, because it looks like it's too much here. But as soon as it starts to cook, you notice that the vegetable will become smaller. So get as much as you want, as many as you can get. And after putting it in, you cover your pot. Make sure the stove is still turned low, and let it cook for about 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, this is now the time to turn it. So you can see the cakes in this egusi, guys. This soup is really delicious. I cannot explain. I can't. I just want you to try this very soon. Try it, you will love it. This came out really nice. Really, really nice. You turn the soup. You see, nothing is burning here. The soup did not burn. So make sure you watch your soup. Egusi is very sensitive. It burns easily, just like eggs. So try to make sure that you're sitting in your kitchen when you're cooking this type of egusi. So you mix everything up. Make sure you mix the vegetables in. Everything should be mixed up. Guys, I can't wait to dig in. I can't wait to make my fufu and eat this. This is really coming up right. And remember, I already salted it. I forgot to show you that part, but I put salt in it. So with egusi, you have to be careful too. Egusi is very, very sensitive with salt. So once you are cooking it, make sure you watch out for salt. Don't put too much salt. As soon as it's over-salted, the soup is messed up. So please, when you're making egusi, when you're frying eggs, when you're cooking beans, be careful with the salt. Salt is what messes up these 3 meals. So turn the soup very well, and what I do after turning is I just cover it and let it simmer. I cover it and turn off the stove, and I let it just simmer in the heat there for like 5 to maybe 5 minutes, not more than that, and then the soup is ready. See, I turned off the stove, and now I'm just going to cover it and let it, just cook. You don't want that vegetable to be too cooked, to be overcooked. So taste for salt. If it's okay, that's it. That's it, guys. Your soup is ready. It's ready to go. You dish it out into a clean plate, and it's time to eat. Thank you so much, guys, for watching me today. I truly, 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 truly appreciate you. The number of my subscription is growing every day, and I want to say thank you all for making my dream come true. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. God bless you. So until I come your way next time, it is ciao, ciao, bon appetit, and see you in my next video. Bye-bye.